Cold morning again, below zero, around 3-4 degrees below zero, Route 302 broadcast studios. And you might be a little chillier than that. And let's see, it's going to be a chilly weekend, according to our forecasters at the Fairbanks Museum. As we take a break to check it out, compliments of Manchester Brick Materials. We will rock you. They have crushed stone products to fit your needs, delivered or loaded. You can give Darcy a call at 802-633-4122 to line up your projects this year or maybe beyond. Manchester Brick Materials has 2 locations to take care of your needs. They are at Route 5 in East Drygate and also 596 Crossroad in Waterford.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brick Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat, plus crushed stone products from 3/4-inch plant mix up to 5 inches, Manchester Brick Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. Looks like another pretty cold weekend right there. 9 minutes after 6, -4, and heading for possibly the low 20s. Don't forget, coming up around 7:30, shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries, we will chat live with the Fairbanks Museum. We'll be chatting with Mark Breen this morning. Meanwhile, this weather's been brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials. They have 2 convenient locations taking care of your needs at 596 Crossroad, Waterford, and also Route 5 North in East Drygate. Darcy's number to line up your projects here is 802-633-4122. That's 802-633-4122. And, of course, they have the crushed stone products to fit your needs. It's delivered or loaded.
Patriots continue preparing for their role in Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, but tomorrow, Saturday, will be different. Brief practice, yes, and then it's family time. Mike Vrabel explains.
We'll go through our walkthrough. We'll go opportunity for our families to be with us and take pictures and do that stuff. Go somewhere where our families can be a part of that. Allow them to enjoy that hour or whatever that process is to, take pictures with the people that they came here to support.
Mike Vrabel. Now back to the game. Patriots quarterback Drake May absolutely ready.
Yeah, I'm really excited. A chance to play in this game is a dream come true and what you work for all year long. Like I said, I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I'm saying I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great and looking forward to get out there. Out here today. Another week, feeling pretty good.
Drake May, and for the historical record, the Patriots and Seattle Seahawks have played 20 times.
It's Shabuzi along with Jelly Roll and Amen. We're about 18 minutes after 6 on a cold Friday morning at 4 degrees below right now. Getting to the weather momentarily, but first a reminder, it's the 14th Annual Haverhill Parks and Recreation Moonlight Snowshoe event coming up at Blackmont Country Club, and that's coming up tomorrow, Saturday, February 7th, 6 to 8 p.m., regardless of the weather. Snowshoes, cross-country skis, or bare boots are welcome, and they'll have a campfire with cocoa and cookies. The lodge will be open, so plan on having a good time this weekend. 14th Annual Haverhill Parks and Recreation Moonlight Snowshoe Event, 6 to 8 p.m., Blackmont Country Club. We're checking out the weather now for all of Northeast Vermont, Northwest New Hampshire, the Upper Connecticut River Valley, being brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really big deal. That's in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus. And it comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really good deal. Being in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus comes with no charge with a purchase or lease of every vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. What does that mean for you? 2 years of unlimited schedule maintenance, unlimited oil filter changes and tire rotations, lifetime state inspections, and so much more. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and a big deal plus. WellsRiverChevy.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. That's the weather, 20 minutes after 6 and 4 degrees below zero. And brought to you this time around by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and the big deal plus on the web at WellsRiverChevy.com. 7:45 this morning. Ted Cooper joins us from the showroom floor. He gives us his bi-weekly update as to what's happening at Wells River Chevrolet. It's the NFL's biggest game of the year, with the champion determined at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, Sunday, February 8th. Colatina Exit Trattoria in Bradford is ready with a Super Bowl tailgate party. Call to get your order in for upstairs or to go. They will have it ready on game day. Colatina Exit has some great deals upstairs in the bar and dining area with great seats, drink specials, and high-def TVs. Now's the time to get game on ready and cheer for your favorite team with the help of Colatina Exit Trattoria, Bradford.
We're now talking to Renee Blaken, who is the president of the board of the Outdoor Adventuring for Good. And Renee, you have something pretty exciting happening to you in January.
Yes. So in January of this coming year, I will be rowing solo across the Atlantic Ocean to raise awareness of and funding for trauma recovery programs that integrate mind and body healing in northern New Hampshire for the nonprofit Outdoor Adventuring for Good.
All right, I'm just going to recap in case someone's driving and they actually, yes, you did hear that correctly. I know she said it nonchalantly. Say that again. What are you doing in January?
I am rowing solo across the Atlantic Ocean, 3,200 miles from Lanzarote in the Canary Islands to Antigua in the Caribbean.
That's amazing. And so talk a little bit about how you prepare for something like this.
Yeah, so it is quite a journey to the starting line. Many say that is the harder part of this whole endeavor. So it's a lot. It's a lot of getting the word out. It's a lot of sharing the message of why I am doing this row in the first place. And then it's a lot of logistics, getting a boat, getting all of the safety equipment, doing the proper safety, medical, navigational training to make this happen. And yeah, then training, physically training, but also mentally training. A lot of this will be a challenge of the mind, and making sure that when I get out there, I'm alone for 60 to 90 days out on the ocean, making sure that I am ready for that situation.
Okay. And talk to us a little bit about how you formed Outdoor Adventuring for Good.
Yeah, so the big idea behind it is to be able to support trauma recovery programs, which in the region of rural northern New Hampshire, it is the region of the state with the greatest unmet primary care mental health needs and also the highest need for those resources. So my journey across this ocean sort of integrates with that idea in that it is part of my own journey through trauma and trauma recovery. And when I thought about what am I going to row for and what do I want to raise awareness for and really bring to my community, it was the thing that allowed me to get to the point in my life where I could say, I can row an ocean. I can do this. And realizing that while I'll be alone in the boat, it is by no means an unsupported mission.
Right.
Knowing that it's okay to ask for help, asking for help, and when help needs to be there when you ask for it. This journey across the ocean in the boat, that is going to happen. Like, I'm the one who has to get up every day and put my hands on the oars and do the work to get across that ocean. But when I need help, I pick up my radio. When I have a question, when something, the power goes down, etc., I have a whole team. And when I think about this idea of when we move through trauma, we have to first get to the point where we say, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can face this. And it's going to be really hard. It's going to be scary. It's going to be unknown. Like, maybe it's more comfortable to not start. But once we take that on, realizing that we are not alone, realizing that we can ask for help and that help is there, then this bigger thing about who we are essentially and the resilience that we have inside becomes known. And so I think for me, that was the creation of this nonprofit to support the very thing that got me to the point in my life where I said, no, I'm not going to count myself out. Instead of saying, what if I can't, it's switching to what if I can.
Right.
The idea is to have this row be the thing that raises that awareness, starts that conversation, lets people know it's okay to talk about trauma. It's okay to ask for help. And then the raising the funding is the key piece behind when we ask for help, help needs to be there.
Right. Now, if somebody wants to help donate to this cause, to the Outdoor Adventuring for Good and your Team fOARty something, is that the name of
yes,
the road team?
Team 40 something, FOAR.
Yeah.
And I'm 40 something, and it's time to row the ocean.
You have to physically prepare for this because you say it's a 3-month journey. And how do you also mentally prepare for this?
One piece of all of the logistics that go into it is that there are so many things day to day that you really just have to be putting in place. That is part of the mental preparation, I think, is just knowing, especially since I will be alone, really making sure that I know my boat, I know my equipment, I know everything, so that if I get to a point where I'm sort of like in a low moment, I realize I've done the work to set myself up. But another piece of that is sort of the more social emotional connection piece, because there will probably be times when I'm out there when I feel lonely and alone. And so being able to have some pieces of home as well, friends writing letters that I can open up on any given day and have a look at what they've written to me while I'm out there, having the ability to communicate back home, whether via satellite phone, cell phone. I will have communication capabilities. I've been talking to some schools about connecting with their classrooms. And so I think having those touch points back home to people, getting messages back to my social media, getting messages back to all the supporters, and then being able to receive some of those things too, will help to make me feel like, and the whole point of this is not just about me taking this journey alone in a boat. It is about me taking this journey, bringing people along with me, integrating this. How are we having this conversation as I'm out there? What is it like? Why am I out there? How is this supportive of this bigger cause in our community? So I think all of those pieces, putting them in place to keep those connections while I'm out there is going to be essential.
Okay. And we're talking to Renee Blaken, who is the president of the Outdoor Adventuring for Good. And as we mentioned earlier, she is going to be rowing by herself across the Atlantic Ocean, and it's about a 3-month journey.
Correct.
Wow. So we'll have to keep tabs on how your journey is going. Is there a way for our listeners and folks here at home be able to track your trajectory?
Yes. So we have a website, www.outdooradventuringforgood.org, and you can sign up for our newsletter there. When I am out there, there is an app called YB Tracker. You can download that, and then the event I am rowing in is called the Atlantic Dash 2026. So that probably doesn't show up yet in YB Tracker, but closer to the event date of January 24th, it will. You put Atlantic Dash 2026, and you will see my little boat, Team 40 something, pop up in the event, and every 4 hours it will update with where I am across the ocean. I'm not saying you have to check every 4 hours, but you might.
Excellent. And if people want to donate to your cause, what's the best way they could do that?
Yep. Go to the website as well. We have several ways of supporting. Right now, there is a direct link to donate to the nonprofit to support the work there. There's a link to a GoFundMe that directly supports the row, and there's also an Amazon wish list for the row, which right now is basically food.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Renee, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Emma, a sophomore from Hartford High School, is sharing Wise Words.
Relationships and sexual violence is a topic that many of us don't want to think or talk about. It makes us uncomfortable, and rightfully so. But if we don't talk about it, we can't stop it, and it doesn't make it easy for the survivors. When people can't talk about their experiences, they feel alone and can't get the support they need. Often, when we know someone has been hurt, we want to help, but we aren't sure what to do. We may be afraid we'll say or do the wrong thing and make it worse. There are simple things we can do to show our support. We can listen without judging, we can believe them, we can tell them they didn't deserve it and it wasn't their fault. We can ask them how we can help. What are some ways you can show your support?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
Hey, good morning. We're below zero, 5 below right now at almost 6:30. A look at the weather's coming up. First, I want to remind you, though, the Buckaroos, the 302, will be hosting the 47th annual Dick Page Ride-In coming up Saturday, February 14th. And the Groton Volunteer Fire Department will have their barbecue chicken, which goes fast, by the way, a full $16 meal with homemade beans, coleslaw, chips, rolls, and locally made cupcakes. You can eat in or take out. Serving starts at 11 a.m. And there's also going to be a 50-50 raffle coming up a week from tomorrow. All right, now let's find out what's happening in regards to the weather. It's being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Auto Saver Group, where every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus, a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCire from the Auto Saver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now's the time to get into a brand new Jeep during the Start Something New sales event. Right now at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, drive a brand new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited, lease it for just $359 per month for 39 months with zero money down. That's right, zero down on a Compass Limited packed with premium features, advanced safety, technology, and legendary Jeep capability built to handle Vermont roads with confidence. You'll find St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just over the railroad tracks in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Easy to find and worth the trip. Stop in today or visit us online and take advantage of this exceptional lease on a 2026 Jeep Compass Limited for just $359 per month with zero down.
Lease for stock number SJJ 26002. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have courage to land this brand lease. First payment due at signing.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
At 4 degrees below zero, it's 6:32. That's the updated weather. It's brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. They're also online at St. Johnsbury, cdjr.com at 200 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury. All right, let's find out how Paul is doing right there at the PTO's Repair in Fairleigh. How are you?
Cold, very cold.
Oh boy! You know, when there's snow on the ground like this, it actually makes it colder because of the insulation between the top of the snow and the ground. So
right. Well, good thing we do have snow like this right now. With all this cold weather, people would be having problems with their water.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but
it seems like the roads have some frost heaves already, though.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday that we're starting to get the speed bumps in, and yeah. Yeah, it is cold and a little more snow on the way tonight. We'll see what's going on.
You know, usually, I think notoriously, March can be a wicked snowy month.
Yes, March can be crazy.
You know that from years of plowing. You used to do this for the state of Vermont, and then, of course, you've been selling Fisher plows and Sanders over 20 years.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, March can be something.
So you've seen a lot of winter thrown at you, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's awesome. Thank you.
But we're still selling plows. Plows and Sanders. I got a plow going on today for a gentleman, and we dug that one out of the snow and got it cleaned off. It's inside, ready to get mounted on a truck today. So anybody's still interested, we still have some plows in stock. We can get you some. We can check with another dealer. Whatever we need to do to make your customers happy and get them a plow.
Well, we got about the first week of February under our belt, so we're rolling into February and March, and even into April we could get snow.
Oh, please don't say that,
Yeah,
but
so-
yes, it is possible.
So we're still looking at a couple of months of winter, aren't we?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, it's crazy, but we are here in Vermont, and I guess everybody on the East Coast this time of year getting it pretty hard, down in Carolinas and so on. And yeah, it's crazy, and we are here, and we have some parts, and we have, like I said, some plows still available if people are interested.
Yeah, the people that do plow, are they stocked up in good shape with, their flashing lights and all that stuff? Are they in good shape, or
Yeah.
should they still get some things?
No, most of them are still pretty well equipped and ready to go, and some of the contractors have spare parts at their shop and stuff, and we've even sent some parts out this year, which is a little odd. And some people couldn't get hold of some parts, and we had some, and we shipped them over to the western side of the state.
All right. So how about you tell us about your new location? You've been at, about 6 months now?
October, so yeah.
Getting close to it.
Yeah, it's good. We have more room in the parts area. We were a little crowded before, and people come in and they're like, wow. And I'm like, we haven't doubled anything. We just have it out, and it's available to see and walk through and see what we have. Yeah, it's great. And we even have some cold storage. And so, yeah, when you come in, you're going to see some parts. And,
Yeah.
We do have a lot of parts, and we try to stock stuff ahead of time. And this year it's been a little rough getting shipping or getting the parts. Some parts are back ordered right now, we're told, and luckily I have some of the parts that we are back ordered, and we put orders in. A couple of weeks ago we were doing it every other day, getting stuff ordered because we were just running out of stuff going out the door, and I'm trying to keep some there so we don't run out. And it's been a hit and miss, but it's been a little tough this winter, and we're making it through.
Good. So who works at PTO's Repair?
My wife, the boss, Kim, and I, and that's it. And I'm the one who installs them. I'm the one who fixes them, and she takes care of the out front and selling parts and doing the billing and stuff, and answering the phone helps me with that. So that's great.
That's good. All right, 2320 Route 5 Fairley, about just over 3.5 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. And what are the hours this time of the year then, Paul?
We are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I go in 8 to noon on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And all the information we talk about is pretty much at your website.
Absolutely. And, if you have any questions, stop in or give us a call. Okay. It's 802-222-6152. Give us a call. I'll gladly talk and hopefully help you out, answer some questions.
Definitely. Well, you've been doing this a long time, so go to the man that has the experience would be my suggestion.
Yeah, that's been doing it since 2005, and I go to the schools every year up in Rockland, and pick up on whatever new and happening and new tricks of the trade.
All right. Well, enjoy the weekend. Another cold one is coming our way. We'll find out how that went for you next Friday at the same time.
Alrighty. We'll talk to everybody and stay warm and let your vehicles warm up a little bit and be careful.
Good words. Paul, enjoy the weekend.
All right, you too.
Right. It's Paul Ordway, PTO's Repair, right there at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. 6:38 Friday morning. Steve and John and friends. We take it at 9 o'clock. Coming up, a conversation I had yesterday with Bob Yaroshevich, the owner of Wild Vermont Customs and Wise Enterprises. We'll listen to that conversation in just a few minutes. 6:39. A good morning. We'll check the weather momentarily. Do want to remind you, coming up next Friday. Right? Next Friday? Actually, in a couple of weeks, on the 20th. Third Friday of the month, 8:30. It's the Business Spotlights, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. And Friday morning, February 20th, shortly after 8:30, we'll be chatting with Honeybee Coffee and Tea, LLC, and we'll chat with the owner, Julie Porter. So we hope you can tune in for that. Right now, though, let's take a look at the weather. Compliments of Chief Crushing and Excavation. Remind you again, they have plenty of product and they have all the equipment to take care of whatever you need. So be sure to call Chief and line up your projects at 802-584-3868.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And for Chief Crushing and Excavation, call Chief. Do it today if you got some projects in mind for the new year or heading into 2027. 802-584-3868. And as we said, they have the equipment, the know-how, and they also can pull product from their locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. Chief's number is 802-584-3868. -4, it is 6:41. It's Friday morning here at Your Country, WYKR. Stephen, John, and friends. That is fOARty with favorite country song, Your Country. It's 6:45. Good morning. Well, here we are, starting off the month of February, chatting with Bob Yaroshevich. Gabe's not with us because Bob's got him feverishly working somewhere, I assume.
Actually, he's working at the shop today.
Right.
We had an air compressor go down, so he's tearing it apart today.
All right. So let's find out what's happening with Wise Enterprises before we get on to...
Well, we're hot on getting our bakery distillery project up and going. We're finally getting to the point where the building contractor is mostly done with his section of the building, and then we're taking over from that point. We're going to be finishing off some of the building stuff that he didn't feel comfortable doing because it's food related, and then we're going to be installing all the equipment and starting up making some bread.
Okay. And the deal over New York? What's that, chestnuts?
That's chestnuts, yep. We've got our deposit, and we got some new equipment in to make that project go faster for us. So we're close to final drawings for the equipment that we're going to, at least the pieces that we're going to start with. And hopefully next month or two, we're going to build a prototype of the stainless steel totes that are going to move the chestnuts around the facility.
Okay. So once it gets rolling, give us a periodic update as to how things are going over there, because that's the Wise Enterprises part of your business.
It is.
Which is more industrial. While Vermont Customs is industrial, but also for probably more of the layperson, our listeners listening.
Yeah. So, we just finished up some stuff. I can't really say who it's for because it's a present and it hasn't been presented yet.
Yeah.
But we just finished up a nice project for some people that's going to be a good gift.
Okay.
Once it's presented, we'll post some pictures.
And talk about it.
Yeah. But it's a pretty cool project.
In a couple of weeks?
About 3 weeks.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So a month away from that, because we do this every couple of weeks. Chat with Bob and Gabe from Vermont Customs, Wise Enterprises. So here we are, first part of February, heading towards spring. The days we're seeing more and more light at both ends of the day. So what's that going to mean for you guys and also for our listeners?
Anyone who's got a winter project that hasn't got it into us yet, now would be the time.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty booked, and with our projects for Wise Enterprises, we're very booked. Mm-hmm. So if you've got a motorcycle project or car rims or car parts, things like that you want us to powder coat, hydro dip, whatever it is, now would be the time to kind of get that stuff in so we can make sure that it's done and ready before spring is actually here and you want to ride your bike or
Yeah.
drive your car.
Because if you can't get your vehicle out, Jeep, truck, car, whatever the case may be, you could jack it up, get the wheels off from there. And you guys have a tire changing machine, so you can take the tires off if it's good rubber, and then do what you have to do to the rims. Then put the rubber back on, right?
Yep.
And then get them back to the owner, and then they can put them on themselves as long as they torque them correctly, I guess.
Yep.
I guess. Does that make sense, what I just said?
It does, and that's kind of what we do with our stuff. Our cars get put up for the winter, and when we want to do stuff to them, that's what we do. We block them up. And
So with it being off-season, though, the motorcycle, that might be a little bit different. They would have to get the motorcycle to you soon.
Well, it depends on what you're having us do. But yeah, I mean, sometimes if it's just hydro dipping parts of the bike, you can take it off yourself and bring it to us. If you feel more comfortable with us doing it, you could do that and either trailer it to us, or we've got a trailer, we can come and pick it up, but that's a added fee, of course.
Are there any tires that you can't do? Because you have a new tire changing machine.
Not much.
Let's look at it this way. I know that we've said it's a pretty awesome machine, but
yeah, there's really not much that we can't do for tires on it. We've done skid steer tires, which are usually really hard to do because they're very stiff and they're low profile. So we've done those. We've done motorcycle tires. We did some lawn tractor pulling tires, our big truck tires.
So let's talk about balancing them then. How does that work?
So we don't have a balance machine. I don't like using the balance weights. They cause damage to your rims. So we do dynamic balancing, which is beads that we put into the tires. And it's so much better a balancing method because, as we're coming to spring and we're going to have mud season. You're going to start getting mud packed in your rims, or even this time of year, you get salt or snow packed in your rims and your vehicle's a little bit out of balance. With the dynamic balancing, the balance beads will take care of that.
Is this in motorcycles?
We put it in all the rigs.
What don't you have to put balancing beads in?
Honestly, it's a good idea. If, an ATV, lawn tractor, things like that, but even when we do trailer tires, we put balance beads in trailer tires. Mm-hmm. For us, we pull trailers a lot, and it's certainly made our tires probably last at least twice as long, I would bet.
Okay, smallest to biggest, what can you do?
Well, we can go all the way down to about a 6-inch rim and up to about a 24-inch rim.
Wow. And a lot of vehicles now are 20-inch.
Yeah, there's a lot of 18s, 20s. That's pretty common nowadays.
And you said 24.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. So brand new tire changing machine, late last summer, I believe?
Yeah.
Last summer sometime. Good for you guys up at Wild Vermont Customs. And, all right, we're wrapping up the conversation. What else should our listeners know? Here we are getting more towards the end. Anything to do with sugaring?
Yeah, if you're good at sugar and you want to clean up your sugar pans, we're getting close to that time.
Yeah,
you need to get them in a hurry.
But if they're in a situation, you might be able to help out, depending on what it is. If nobody else can help them out, you might be able to. They should contact you soon.
Yeah, for sure. We soda blast sugar pans for quite a few sugar makers around. A lot of them bring them to us in the fall as soon as they're done. But we have some that bring them like this time of year, right before they're ready to get their stuff fired up. So it'd be a time to hurry up and get that in. But cold weather's made the sandblaster not want to start pretty good, and Gabe has to suit up pretty heavy to go out and sandblast and soda blast everything.
And this weekend is supposed to be cold again. Mark Breen's already talking about it. Message you? How?
Message me on Facebook. That's the best way. We'll get a conversation started, and then when we need to have a phone conversation or a site visit, that's what we'll do.
And do it soon if they're time-sensitive situations that our listeners might have, but they want you to take a look at it, they need to do it soon.
Yeah, and the project that we just did for the present was a very short lead time project, but we were able to get it done for them.
Good to know. So go to Facebook, message Wild Vermont Customs, Bob and Gabe.
That would be it.
Hey, good morning. We're approaching 6:54. It's a Friday. Stephen, John, and friends. We take you up to 9 o'clock this morning. A lot of great guests that we'll be talking with between now and then. Do want to remind you, coming up shortly after 8:30, we'll be chatting with Woodsville High School. Hayden Coon, the principal. We'll also have a pep band member and also a ball player that will be in with us this morning shortly after 8:30. So we hope you can still be with us around that time. As we look at the weather forecast, this time around is being brought to you by Farmway in Bradford. They're also online at VermontGear.com. They're open Monday through Saturday in Bradford from 8:30 to 5:30 and Fridays until 8. And what I do want to remind you, going on as we speak, it began earlier this week, and it's going through February 16th. It's 25% off almost everything in Pandora jewelry. And that, of course, is when you spend $125 on qualifying jewelry. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices. You won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere. And if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
You know, it doesn't matter what the weather is, cold or hot. Farmway has the clothing to get you through it. Whether it being wintertime to keep you warm, the boots, and, of course, the clothing. Stop in, check it out. And also be sure to take a look at the Pandora jewelry, 25% almost everything in Pandora jewelry. And that's when you spend $125 on qualifying jewelry. Right there at Farmway. They are open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, Fridays until 8. They are also online at VermontGear.com. Coming up, 6:56 minus 4. Top of the hour news from CBS, just 4 minutes away. And we're getting set to check out the cold weather forecast for the weekend. Right now, as we speak, minus 4. It is cold. Give your vehicle some time to warm up. Make sure you take time to bundle up. And if you have some pets that are outside, be sure and take care of them as well. Some of the news stories you can check out in the current edition of the Journal Opinion include budget finalized at hearing by Haverhill School Board. Bradford floats plan to expand policing. Local woman leads police on a high-speed chase. Oxbow grad stars in Oklahoma film. Public access protected at West Fairley Farm. And some business buzz. And there's also some high school basketball information in there as well. The current edition of the Journal Opinion is on your favorite newsstand. You also can subscribe to it by going to their website. We're looking at the weekend weather. It's being brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton, the veteran sales professionals are passionate about helping customers find the right vehicle that fits their needs. Due to their knowledgeable and experienced sales representatives who are always happy to help, they've been nominated several times for Chrysler Dealer of the Year, earned multiple FCA Pantaster Club Awards, and are the recipient of the Customer First Award for Excellence, years 2018 through 2023. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, they continue to hold themselves to the highest standards of training and maintain manufacturer certification in order to serve their customers the best quality of customer service. Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, sun filtering through high clouds, high temperatures in the low to mid-20s, light winds variable to south, a rising chance of snow showers late tonight, a trace to an inch, lows around 10 above, scattered snow showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, another trace to an inch, morning highs in the mid to upper teens, then blustery with temperatures falling. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. We're about 7 after 7 now and still 4 degrees below. It is cold out. As we said, take care of yourself, take care of your pets, and take care of your automobile. Be sure to warm it up before you head out this morning. Compliments of your friends at Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. You're now up to date on the latest weather.
Patriots practices now focusing on walkthroughs and the final strategy. No more intense physical sessions. After 11 NFL seasons, Patriots star receiver Stefon Diggs finally a Super Bowl player.
Long journey. It's been a long time, just to even get here. It's been a lot of games played, a lot of practices. That's why I can't get swayed or can't get distracted. I got to keep the main thing, get back to work. Don't think too much of it. Don't think less of it than what it is either. Appreciate it.
Stefon Diggs, no long career stories for rookie receiver Travion Henderson. Just play, just win.
The Seattle team they have a great team. They're here for a reason, and they have a great defense. It's going to be a great matchup, and we look forward to going up against them, and it'll be a great game.
Patriots rookie wide receiver Travion Henderson. Patriots underdogs by 4.5 points.
And a good morning. Friday with Stephen Chan, Your Country, Y101. WYKR Haverhill, WTWN, Wells River, 15 after 7. Hey, don't forget, 7:30 birthdays and anniversaries. We'll come out of that chatting with the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium. We'd like to chat every couple of weeks with the instructors, the teachers at Riverbank Career and Technical Center. We even talk with students periodically. This time around, we're going to chat with Katherine Chobanian. She's a guidance coordinator at Riverbend. Good morning, Katherine.
Good morning, Steve.
Glad to have you along here with us. All right, just kind of an overview of what the guidance coordinator does at Riverbend.
Sure. I am just like a regular school counselor at our sending schools where I can help with the academic or college career or kind of social emotional aspects of our students' lives. And then right now, 'tis the season of recruitment for Riverbend, so I am also in charge of speaking to our prospective students at their sending schools and hosting them here on campus for some visits and helping them through the application process for Riverbend.
Okay, it's all kind of information in regards to that. So we'll wrap up our conversation and get a little bit more into detail about what recruiting is at Riverbend. Meanwhile, let's start out with some of the classes and what's happening there. I think we wanted to mention that in regards to the salon to start things off.
Yes, so the salon is open to the public Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 11:30. So to book an appointment, please call 802-222-5212, extension 136, or you can email the program at our instructor's email address, which is lorraine.kennedy@oesu.org. And if you go over to our website, there's a little link at the bottom of our main page that can take you to detailed information about the different treatments and services our students can provide.
All right. Let's find out some of the other classes that you wanted to feature this morning, Katherine.
Sure. So LNA students are hard at work. They are practicing their skills, and next Wednesday they will be taking their LNA board test. So we're proud of all of the hard work they've been doing, and thank you to Cottage Hospital for receiving our students and helping them with their education and training for earning their LNA.
Mm-hmm.
And then additionally, for another kind of shout out to the community would be for our emergency services level 2 students. They're currently completing ride time. So the special thanks goes to Upper Valley Ambulance Service, Woodsville Rescue, and Hartford Fire Department. And then also there's going to be a visit to the St. J Fire Department to learn more about fire operations a little bit later in the year for both our level 1 and level 2 students in our emergency services program.
Yeah, I know culinary arts is really popular there. I'll be chatting with Trace Heinreich in a couple of weeks, so I think they've got some testing or something coming up there.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll spend a lot of time diving into it in more detail for you. But each year they go to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, for what's called the Pro Start competition. So there's culinary teams, and then there's also food service management teams that compete. In the past, we've had a lot of first and second place finishers. If we have a team that wins first, they get to move on to the nationals competition that happens in Baltimore, Maryland. So it can be exciting for our students to not only compete against other top culinary programs in the state, but also compete nationally.
Pretty awesome. A school year must go by really quick for everybody at Riverbend, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It seems like it does anyway. My word. A lot of things on board there. So let's talk about recruiting. Some of the classes that we just talked about, Katherine, I assume probably fill up pretty quick, and some of them you might even end up with a waiting list. So how does that work with recruiting for you guys?
Yeah, so I would say for the last 5 or so years, we've had a lot more applicants than space available, and that's actually something that's happening statewide in Vermont. There's just a lot more interest in students accessing CTE, and part of it is probably influenced by the fact that there's been kind of an increase in what we offer our students in these different programs. Students come to us and they can earn really rigorous kind of post-high school level industry recognized credentials or college credit, and then sometimes in some of our programs they offer both. So it really offers students a step up from their peers when they're graduating high school.
So what would your advice be then? Because we're wrapping up a week or so from now is kind of a deadline.
Right. So February 13 is our deadline to apply, and so you can apply as late as 11:59 at night on that day, the Friday, February 13, and your application will be considered on time. And that's going to give you your best chance at getting a spot in your first or second choice program. Historically, the last few years, if an application is late, I don't even look at that application until more like April, and it's a first come, first serve, space availability. And most of the time, those late applicants, the programs they want are already full. And so we try our best to get everybody in their first choice, but sometimes we have to place you in a second choice. But rest assured, if you're placed in that second choice, we still have you on that wait list for the first choice because ideally, we want everybody to get to that first choice if possible.
Well, we've only got so much room. Like you said, first come, first serve. So our listeners who have any interest in this, they need to contact Riverbend Career and Technical Center sometime soon.
Yeah, and we've been hosting all of our prospective 10th graders from our sending schools, which is Blue Mountain Union, Oxbow High School, Rivendell Academy, Thetford Academy, and Woodsville High School. And I've had some homeschool students reach out to me, and they're coming in to visit this week. So keep in mind, you don't have to be enrolled in one of our 5 sending high schools. If you live in that region and you're a homeschool student, please reach out to me. We do require a visit as part of our application process, so we can get you scheduled for a visit, get your application in on time, and I'd be happy to process it for you.
We've been chatting with the guidance coordinator at Riverbend Career and Technical Center. That's Katherine Chobanian. Been taking some time out of her recruiting schedule, which I'm sure is really busy right now. Anyway, any final comments today, Katherine?
No, if anybody has a question about the application process, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, 802-222-5212. And I'd be happy to answer your questions. I can also be reached by email, which is katherine.chobanian@oesu.org.
Pretty easy. A couple of weeks, we'll be chatting with Bob Jones. He's the outreach coordinator. We always look forward to our conversations and updates from Riverbend. Meanwhile, Katherine, thanks for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, Steve. Take care.
22 minutes after 7. We'll be checking out the updated weather in just a moment. But first, I have today's specials that you can enjoy at Tuttle's Family Diner, downtown Wells River. Their soup is corn chowder today. Stop in and enjoy that, along with a haddock sandwich, along with chips and pickle, or a cup or bowl of homemade chili, along with a roll or garlic bread. And they also have the Montshire Farm mushroom Swiss burger. Get it with French fries or tater tots. And the seafood they have today includes haddock, scallops, and whole belly clams. Of course, you can order from their regular menu as well. These are the specials being served today at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. Temperature's not changing too much. Ours still reads 4 degrees below zero at 23 minutes after 7. This weather's being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is, what time of the week, they can help you. Get rid of the snow, get rid of the grass, get rid of the leaves. They have sales, service, parts, repairs, and a whole lot more. Bobcat on the lot. Be sure to stop in and check them out and give them a call. 603-747-2322. Woodsville Power Equipment. Husqvarna snowblowers at Woodsville Power Equipment are built for the kind of storms we see up here every single winter, from light fluffy stuff to that heavy March cement. These two-stage machines chew through it and throw it clear of your driveway and walkways. Get easy electric start, bright headlights, and enough power to handle the town plow ridge. See the Husqvarna lineup today at Woodsville Power Equipment.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast: cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And Mark will be joining us via telephone in just a few minutes, right after birthdays and anniversaries, shortly after 7:30. Right now it's 7:24, -4, and that's an updated look at the weekend weather. It's brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Be sure to stop in and kick some tires, whatever, see what they have to offer you. And, of course, Milwaukee Power Equipment being added to the lineup of their many, many pieces of equipment, including Bobcat that's on the lot. They have sales, service, parts, repairs, the expert advice, and a whole lot more at Woodsville Power Equipment. Right there in Woodsville, you'll find them at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. We're about 29 minutes after 7. We're preparing to check out the birthdays and anniversaries right here at your country.
Many people today are using investments to build their future, help pay for college educations, and or prepare for retirement. Perhaps you thought about this, but have been put off by high-pressure financial companies or the uncertainties of using an online resource. Good news. John Trombetta, an investment representative with Osaic Institutions Incorporated, offers his clients guidance to help them implement strategies that meet their financial goals. If you have thought about getting financial advice, perhaps now is the time to take action. There is no charge for getting acquainted or sharing ideas. Most importantly, there is no pressure. The decision is always yours. Stop by any Wells River Savings Bank locations to schedule an appointment. Investment and insurance products and services are offered through Osaic Institutions Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Wells River Financial Services is a trade name of the Wells River Savings Bank. Osaic Institutions and Wells River Savings Bank are not affiliated. Products and services made available through Osaic Institutions are not insured by the FDIC or any other agency of the United States and are not deposits or obligations or nor guaranteed or insured by any bank or bank affiliate. These products are subject to investment risk, including the possible loss of value.
Hey, good morning to you. It is 7:30 and it's 4 degrees below. Be careful if you're heading out this morning. Warm up your vehicle. Make sure you get some warm clothes, dress warm today, and, of course, take care of your pets. It is time to take a look at birthdays and anniversaries on a Friday, February 6th, 2026, being brought to you by Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. Of course, they do it every single day of the year at about the same time. Birthdays and anniversaries. Celebrating today, we have birthdays to Philip Ward. Happy birthday to Kyle Bigelow, Nicole Pollock, and to Jim McDonald. And we do not have any anniversaries on our wish list today. We'll take a moment to remind you, if you have a wish that you would like on the radio, be sure to get them to us. We'd like to see them a couple of days in advance. And, of course, be sure to thank the Swenson Insurance Agency for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries. It is a regular feature every single day of the year, right around 7:30. Celebrating birthdays today, Jim McDonald, Nicole Pollock, Kyle Bigelow, and Philip Ward. It is Friday. It's February 6, 2026. We hope you make it a great day.
In many areas, wild animals are a serious traffic safety concern. Stay safe with these tips. While driving, scan the road and shoulders of the road ahead. Look for yellow road signs warning of high danger areas. Use extra caution when traveling during dawn and dusk. Animals are most active during these times. At night, use high beams if there's no oncoming traffic. Be on the lookout for reflecting eyes. Remember, deer are herd animals. Where there's one, there's usually more nearby. If a collision is unavoidable, apply the brakes and steer straight. Let up on the brakes just before impact, allowing the front of your vehicle to rise slightly, reducing the risk of the animal striking the windshield. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is a family-owned business that has been serving Vermont and New Hampshire since 1960. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. All right, here's a question that Mark gets asked a lot. What's the weather like today?
You're right.
Oh,
People
boy.
ask me that all the time.
I'll bet they do. And it's constantly changing, isn't it?
Well, that's true, and in fact, I was just sitting at breakfast the other day with one of my friends, and he started talking about the weather, and then all of a sudden he kind of looks over and realizes that I'm sitting there, and he seems almost somewhat embarrassed about talking about the weather. I said, "Don't worry about it.
All right.
Everybody talks about the weather, right?"
They do. They really do. It's like the first thing to get a conversation started around here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love talking about the weather. Sure. If I wasn't a weatherman, I'd still be talking about the weather.
Isn't that the truth? Mark, it seems like it's been a cold winter. It seems like it hit us right in the head back there the 1st of December, and it just has not let up since. So fill us in. What's going on?
Yeah, so it seems that way, and
All
there's
right.
no doubt. I mean, we've definitely had some cold weather. It's cold this morning, let's face it. It's well below zero. But there have been some warm spells, and I think we sometimes forget those. Mm-hmm. In fact, January, as it turns out, finished up averaging only 1.5 degrees below normal. It was not a cold January by any stretch of the imagination. Certainly not on our weather records here. It would. I think it placed something like the 40th coldest January, something like that. Nothing top 10 or even top 20 as far as that goes. But I think part of that is when the weather happens. I was thinking about this because somebody mentioned this upcoming weekend. I said, we've got some more Arctic air coming. And he goes, wow, that's 3 weekends in a row. And I hadn't really thought about it in terms of weekends, but that's absolutely true. 3 Arctic weekends in a row. And I think that really makes an impression on us, only because, it's the weekend. People have plans either inside or outside. And so it's going to affect your plans. And that's true, not just this time of year. It's true any time of year. I think sometimes our impressions of, how the summer is or the spring and so forth, much of that has to do with what it's like on the weekends. And so this particular year, we've had a lot of cold weekends, and I think that definitely has made it seem perhaps colder than the temperatures actually measure.
Mm-hmm. How many mornings in a row have we been below zero anyway?
Yeah, so we had quite a stretch there. Through last Tuesday morning, we had 11 mornings in a row below zero here at the museum. And in some ways, maybe that doesn't sound like a lot to people, but since we do keep track of such things on our weather records going back to 1894, that's actually the 4th longest streak on our records. The longest streak is 16 days. Now, the Fairbanks Museum is not the cold spot around as far as that goes, so other locations, would have longer streaks. In fact, I did check up in West Burke, so going up into the middle part of the kingdom. West Burke, this is going back to 1961, but they did have a stretch in 1961 from January into February where they had 31 mornings in a row below zero.
No kidding. Wow, that's pretty extreme right there. It seems like it has been cold, which we have been talking about. But I remember, overnight and waking up to temperature extremes of 25 to 30 degrees below zero. We haven't really experienced those extremes.
No, well, actually, these cold weekends that we've been talking about, most of those have been coming in with some pretty strong gusty winds. Well, gusty winds don't allow those temperatures to really, drop farther and farther down at night. They kind of hold it back a little bit. And so I think that's at least, part of what's going on. And in addition, so sometimes when the cold air is concentrated, you get some really, really cold temperatures. But think about this, and we actually saw this during the course of this week. The cold went all the way down to the Gulf Coast. In fact, a fellow that works at the museum, he's originally from Jamaica. Mm-hmm. He showed me a picture on his phone that he got from some people that he knows in Jamaica. It was snow in Jamaica.
Really?
Not just snow in the air. 2 inches of snow on the ground in Jamaica.
In Jamaica? Wow.
In Jamaica, yeah. So we're talking, that's about, 1,800 miles south of us, something like that. Maybe it's 2,000 miles. So So what happened is instead of the cold being concentrated, the cold was spread across all of the eastern U.S. and obviously all the way down into the Caribbean. So some pretty extreme cold, but also some very large area of cold air.
What's so much for global warming. All right, let's get in. Let's find out what's going on with our snow cover and how that affects us and what's been going on in regards to precipitation.
Yeah, so I mentioned that January averaged a degree and a half below normal, but not anything extreme. Snowfall, that actually ended up above normal, but again, not in the top 10 or anything like that. We had 31 inches of snow here for the month, about 10 inches above the average, and a good chunk of that came on the 26th and 27th of January. But we also had, earlier in January, we had, that period of some rain and freezing rain and sleet, so it was really icy underneath all of that. And so we ended up with above normal precipitation as well. So snow on the ground, that's actually a little bit above the average. But when you have deep snow on the ground, and deep, anything over a foot, then it actually keeps the ground temperatures, which are near 32, it keeps it insulated from the air above. That's what helps those temperatures to really drop. In fact, one of the things that I've noticed is that there's a weather station that the Vermont Department of Transportation runs that's right near the exit for Wells River on 91. So if you drive by, you can actually see it's over on the right-hand side as you're going southbound. That has been dropping down regularly into the teens below zero. It's actually been one of the colder spots around. And that's not always the case, but once the snow cover got established, that really made a difference.
Mark Breen's with us, our weekly conversation brought to you by Hatchland Farm. So let's get back to the cold, the persistent cold. What is the reason anyway, Mark?
Yeah, some winters obviously are colder than others, but one of the things that's been going on this particular winter is there's been an area of warm high pressure locked in over the Rockies. And what that has meant for them is very little snow, what they call a snow drought. And it's more than just an issue for the people that like the winter and the snow out there, the skiers and so forth. It's water for the reservoirs in the summer, and they are going to have some issues this coming summer and fall with some drought conditions simply because they're just not going to get the rainfall. And yet here, it doesn't work that way. We can have huge amount of snow on the ground, but that rarely helps out with our groundwater, our water supply. And that's because it's sitting on top of frozen ground. So when it melts, it stays out of the ground. It actually runs off into the rivers and streams and so forth, so it doesn't soak down into the ground. So for us, our groundwater depends on what happens late spring, summer, into the fall in terms of getting some rain during that period of time. Of course, last year we didn't, and so we had that drought, but we also didn't really recover very well. Last fall didn't have a lot of rain, and so we're already well below normal in terms of the groundwater right now. Whatever snow is out there is not going to help out, and so now we're going to have to depend on some wet weather for the spring and summer. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. We just talked about how your impressions of the summer may go into how it happens timing-wise. If it's sunny on the weekends, even if it rains a lot in the week, maybe people will be happy about that.
Oh, boy. All right. Remember last May and June, it was kind of cloudy and it was kind of rainy, and then it turned off really dry, didn't it? We'll talk more about that as we head into spring and summer. We chat weekly with the Fairbanks Museum. Meanwhile, kind of getting back to the night sky, some of the planets, Mark?
Yeah, so Jupiter has been putting on a great display throughout this winter. It's that really, really, really bright object that's been over in the east. It's kind of shifting more to southeast right now. And February, the classic month to see a constellation that we call Orion. Some people are familiar with Orion's belt, 3 stars that are bright. They're close together in a straight line. He's about halfway up in the sky in the south as we go into the evening hours. And we've had some clear evenings, so it's been kind of nice. We've been able to see some stars, but no other planets yet. However, and we'll talk about this in a few weeks, about somewhere around February 20th, we are going to get a great view of the planet Mercury. Now, Mercury is always a challenge to see, but it'll be the best appearance it makes for the year, and so we'll highlight that. It'll be low in the west, right around the 20th.
All right, now we head into another cold weekend, Mark. The details begin with you starting today. What's it look like?
Yeah, so in fact, we even have cold weather advisories in effect late Saturday through midday Sunday. We do have a little bit of sun trying to work its way through the clouds right now, but the clouds are going to thicken up, and temperatures will recover. We should at least be up around 20, maybe 25 this afternoon. Then some snow comes in tonight. Not a lot, maybe an inch or so, 10 to 15 above zero tonight. And we'll get a little bit more snow tomorrow morning, total 1 to 3 inches, but it turns blustery and colder in the afternoon. So we do get to the teens, but then it drops down through the single numbers in the afternoon, and the winds kick up to 25 miles per hour. There will be some blowing snow along with the temperatures crashing. It drops way below zero for Saturday night. When I say way below, 10 below, 15 below over the higher terrain. But Sunday, it doesn't warm up much. Partly sunny, windy, bitterly cold, 0 to 5 above for high temperatures on Sunday.
And my wood pile is beginning to see it.
Yep.
All right, Mark, another great conversation. We certainly appreciate your update.
You bet.
Enjoy the weekend.
You too. Stay warm.
Thank you. Mark Breen is our weekly meteorologist, and brought to you by Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, Profile Meats, and right there on Route 10 in North Haverhill. The Hatch Lane Farm retail store on Route 10 in North Haverhill at Wicked Good Dairy Delights sells a great selection of ice cream year-round. Many flavors of the hard-serve and soft-serve ice cream are available in their retail freezer. They do still serve dishes of hard-serve ice cream at the deli counter, 11 to 5, Monday through Friday, and Sunday, 11 to 4. The flavor selection varies. The 2026 opening ice cream season at the windows will begin Friday, May 8th at 11 a.m. at Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, Route 10, North Haverhill.
So where's the big deal?
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the Start Something New sales event, and if you've been waiting for the perfect time to get into a brand new truck, your wait is officially over. Right now, you can lease a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab for just $479 per month for 39 months with zero money down. That's right, no money down, and you're driving one of the toughest, most capable, full-size trucks on the road. With legendary Ram power, premium comfort, and head-turning Bighorn style, this truck is built to handle Vermont and New Hampshire's toughest roads and look good doing it. But don't wait, these Ram 1500 Bighorns are moving fast during the Start Something New sales event. Come see us today on Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, just past the railroad tracks, or check us out online at stjohnsburycdjr.com.
Stock number SJR 26078. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, fees, and registration extra. Must have a Stellantis brand lease and household to qualify. First payment due at signing.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont drives Ram tough.
It is exactly 7:45, still 4 degrees below. We take a look at the weather, this time around being brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast, cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And for Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Be sure to visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. All right, it's 4 degrees below zero at our Route 302 broadcast studios. We head downtown Wells River, as we've been promising, our bi-weekly conversation with Ted Cooper with his update. Good morning, Ted.
Hey, good morning to you, and thank you, Mark, for that lovely forecast. You know, it was, you're tempted to say, come on, let's turn up the temperature, but then all of a sudden it's going to be July or August, and we're going to say, geez, Mark, come on, can you turn down the temperature, please?
We're never happy, are we, Ted?
Man. No, that's New Englanders, isn't it?
But you have a way of making people happy with a new Chevrolet, right?
Well, we certainly do, new and pre-owned. We just we're right sitting on top of President's Day, and everybody was busy yesterday, especially John and Bree, putting up new sale tags in all of our pre-owned vehicles. They've all been marked down to the lowest levels we've ever seen, and they are clearly marked with the pink tags in the windshield, so even with some suggested payment scenarios and so forth. And we got a really, really nice lineup of pre-owned trucks right now. So if you're not looking for a brand new one and you want to save some money, consider those. And we've got some good prices. And as everybody knows, we're not here to arm wrestle, and we're not a bunch of arrogant guys here. We tend to think that we're rather humble. We also offer some very good new leases this month. I got a 26 Chevy Trax LT for as low as $278 $279 a month for 10K lease. That's a very popular car. A lot of car for the money there. Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive, as low as about $329. Again, that's a 10,000-mile lease, 39 months. And let's see, Equinox LT all-wheel drive, as low as about $369. And that is an incentive for those who are currently leasing a 21 or newer GM or even a non-GM vehicle to qualify. So, I mean, if you're, even if you're leasing a Toyota or something like that, you would still qualify. So worth keeping in mind. Chevy Blazer. Remember we called the Blazer, which was the Camaro in an SUV suit. We got that one down to about $399. Same deal. If you're currently leasing a 21 or newer Chevy, a GM or non-GM vehicle, you qualify for that. Let's see what else we got. 26 Traverse LT Sport all-wheel drive, about $619 a month, and that's again a 10,000-mile lease. There are all sorts of different, scenarios for leases too. You can do them with, more miles, less miles, longer term, shorter term. So that's pretty flexible. And 26 Silverado 2500 HD. We got a double cab out there, work truck Z71, very popular model. We're down to about $699 on that, and that's on a list price of about $56,000. And half-ton Crew LT, we got a $389 lease, and if you trade a 2012 or newer Chevy car, truck, or SUV to qualify. But one of the really cool offers we have right now, we've never had this before. We've got $9,000 off Silverado half-ton crew cab Trail Boss. Trail Bosses, they set up higher. They've got lovely wheels, tires, great ride, great package. So we got $9,000 off of that could get you down to $47,400. That's a really good deal. But basically, so we've got the President's Day sale in full swing. We're here. We've got great inventory. I just would like to mention that what we do here is we like to sit down with you and identify your needs and your lifestyle and your budget. Take a look at your trade, appraise it. No pressure, no tricks, just an actual collaboration, because we would like you to come in here and be comfortable and experience how pleasant the car buying experience can be. And frankly, that's what we've built our reputations on for many years. And that's why we keep on doing it every day. We love what we do. We love our customers. We are very grateful to you out there. Please keep on coming in.
Yeah. Cool deals in the winter and hot deals in the summer, I assume.
Yeah. Hey, one other quick deal.
Okay, what?
One other quick thing.
What you got?
We're now offering detailing again.
Excellent.
Auto detailing. Okay. Full range of options there. So call the service department and have them quote you on what you'd like to have done. Yeah. We haven't been able to do that for quite a long time. We got a great crew out back. They're eager to please and give you a shiny new car, because that's what they don't look that very nice right now.
No, they don't. Take care of that vehicle with the help of Wells River Chevrolet. Wow.
Absolutely. So we're here in the showroom, as you know, Monday through Friday from 8 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 3. Service is open. Generally, they get in around 7:30 in the morning till a little after 5, Monday through Friday.
Excellent. Ted, thank you for the update. We'll do it again in a couple of weeks. We'll be in the middle of February in a hurry, won't we?
And yes, and it's going to be much warmer by then, okay?
All right. Thanks, Ted. Enjoy the weekend and stay
All right.
warm.
You too. See ya.
Ted Cooper right there at the showroom at Wells River Chevrolet. Checks in with us every couple of weeks. And we'll check in with the forecast in just a couple of minutes here at Your Country, WYKR, WTWN.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
When you plan ahead, you know that your wishes will be fulfilled, as well as easing that burden for your loved ones. Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care of Woodsville has information on their website at rickerfh.com to help you create a unique memorial service that fits your budget, your needs, and your values. Ricker Funeral Home understands the importance of personal requests and family traditions. Their professional staff will assist you with all of the details to create a meaningful funeral or memorial service for your loved one. For additional information, call 603-747-2717.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast, cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And it's still 4 degrees below zero. That is a look at the weekend weather. It's brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. And understanding the benefits of pre-planning has prompted many to take the step to plan their own arrangements with Ricker Funeral Home, either in person or online at rickerfh.com. For additional information, you can call them at 603-747-2717. It's 7:56. Good morning. 4 minutes after 8, a good morning. Temperature just does not want to move. Still 4 degrees below zero. We take another look at the updated weather. It's being brought to you by Alarmco, which is a security and protection company that's based in Bradford. And they specialize in home and business security, fire systems, video surveillance, safes, audiovisual equipment, networking, and phone systems. In addition to installation services, Alarmco also provides monitoring, and repair services for a wide variety of systems. Protect the things that matter with the help of Alarmco, a security and protection company based in Bradford. Manage your lights and temperature settings with automated schedules. Create easy rules to have an added layer of smart automation based on system activity. Unlike traditional systems that only alert you in an alarm event, Alarmco lets you know what's happening at your property at any time. It's easy to set your own alerts and reminders to be notified of any activity you care about. For a free no-obligation quote and see what Alarmco can do for you, visit their website at alarmcovt.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast: cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you. Approaching 6 minutes after 8, now 3 degrees below zero. Looks like cloudy skies, and that is a look at the weekend weather. A cold one. It's brought to you by Alarmco. You can stay notified on what's going on in your home, your business, even when you're away. Connect your security, lights, locks, thermostats, video, and more for seamless automation and control. Contact them today for a free, no-obligation quote and see what they can do for you. Alarmco, locally owned and operated in Bradford. 6 after 8, a reminder this hour conversation Joshua Smith had with Todd Holt, local physical therapist in Wells River. We'll be listening to that momentarily. We chat with Valley Floors, and then Jamie Rodgers from Margaret Pratt Community in Bradford, and then from Woodsville High School, Principal Hayden Coon, along with pep band member and also ball player. All that's coming up in the next hour in your country.
Celtics at work tonight at the Garden against the Miami Heat. Bruins won't play again for 20 days. It's Olympics time. Bruins with 8 Olympians. Coach Marco Sturm.
I give my guys a lot of credit. Nobody thought we would be in that position, and we are right now, and I'm proud of them. And I think it's, for all of us, it's good to have a little break, come back ready to go for a really big month.
Marco Sturm. Bruin Olympian David Pasternak, sort of satisfied with his Bruins. Playoff bound?
Definitely happy where we are. We are in the playoffs right now, and honestly, before the season, if you say that heading into the break, we're going to be in playoff position, I think we will all take it. So a lot of space to improve as a team and the way we play, but at the same time, we are in a good spot, and we put ourselves in a good spot heading into the last 20 so games. Mentally regroup and come back strong, and be ready for the big run and hunt for the playoff.
By the way, David Pasternak will be an Olympic flag bearer.
Once again, we have a special guest here in the studio. It is Todd Holt from Todd Holt Physical Therapy.
Hey, Josh. How you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah. It's been very cold out, that's for sure.
It sure has. And, and a lot of our listeners are wondering how you're doing, because the last time you were on, you were talking about how you had an accident.
Yeah, so last time I talked, I was thanking all of our local EMTs because we don't think about it. And I had fallen on Christmas out in our garage trying to work on my daughter's car. I don't remember any of it. I had a little... well, not a little, big concussion. Mm-hmm. And, if it weren't for EMTs, I really wouldn't have been able to, I was helpless and it was cold. It was 10 below and my garage doors were open, so I was moving things around. So Once again, thanks to everybody. And I'm doing great. So
good. Yeah. It looks like.
Makes you realize though, we never know.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you're here to talk a little bit about back to the physical therapy aspect. You have something to talk about now, huh?
So, yeah, it's something I haven't really thought about talking about much because it's not overly common, but it is actually, lately I've seen a few kids with growth plate disorders. And growth plate disorders are fairly common in children when they're in active states of growth. So like examples in your knee would be Osgood-Schlatter's disease. You get knee pain just below your kneecap, the tib tubercle. Not that you have to remember this. Seaver's disease, it seems like Achilles tendonitis, but it's not. It's the attachment point of the Achilles tendon, so heel pain. Young infants, often these are diagnosed at very young ages. A child might be limping or have a dimple on their hip, and they'll have what's called a slipped capital femoral epiphysis. It happens when children it can either be a slipped growth plate from activity, it can be from being heavy, it can be genetic. but it's a lack of the hip joint slips on its growth plate, slips upward. You also have, you might have heard of Salter fractures. You might not have if you're not in the medical field, but that's a fracture at the growth plate. It's a weak point in the bone. Where the shaft of the bone's strong, the weak point would be where the growth plate is. That's why these diseases occur. Legg-Calvé-Perthes disease also is I guess not a growth plate problem, but it's a lack of blood supply, and it can happen in our youth as children. Another thing that starts at a young age. The condition I was going to talk about today mainly was Osgood-Schlatter's disease, because I've been seeing it lately, and that's a problem at the knee.
And so explain, why do you think you've been seeing it lately?
Oh, basketball.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Actually, there was a Seaver's disease not too long ago. Well, I think actually it was more of Achilles tendonitis, but I was wondering Seaver's disease in the beginning. But that's a growth plate problem in your heel cord, your Achilles tendon. The one in the knee that I've been seeing more lately is because of running and jumping and cutting. You could get it in soccer too. I mean, if somebody bangs their knee into your knee, and you're going through a growth spurt. My nephew Brock, when he went from short to super tall, and his growth plates were all, you hear that thing, growing pains. That's what we're talking about a lot of times, is this growth plate disorders. And as the person starts to slow down with their growing, these growing pains will go away. Right. Some of your growing pains can be from tendons not keeping up with the bones as well.
Right. So that actually is not a myth. That it actually does happen.
Oh, yeah.
As kids as they grow, that's growing pains.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you do get growing pains. And as the growth plates are overly active, that bone's actually a little more unstable at that growth plate site. When you have a fracture, we're talking about Salter fractures, you don't really want to fracture it in the growth plate because it can cause it to grow crooked, uneven. It can stunt the growing in that growth plate. So it can cause all sorts of things. It's not very desired to break it in there, but unfortunately it's a weak point. So a Salter fracture can be more common during those growing years. The Osgood-Schlatter's, particularly in your knee, it seems like it's your kneecap, but it's below your knee. And that little bone that sticks out, you don't have to know the name of it, but it's called your tibial tubercle. And that bone that sticks out below your knee is a growth plate there, and it'll often be enlarged on somebody that is overactive. It'll be red and enlarged, and actually be enlarged right through the rest of your life. You can see somebody in their 40s, 50s go, "Huh, you had Osgood-Schlatter's as a kid," because
really?
it'll be enlarged. Yeah, the tib tubercle.
Okay.
It looked like a kneecap below your kneecap.
You said a tibular tubercle.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That sounds like an 80s slang. It's like a surfer.
Yeah,
that
was the band that played with Poison or something.
You mentioned these. Are any of these diseases can be found in adults, or is it just primarily children?
They're primarily, once you're done growing, that growth plate fuses over.
Okay.
If that tibial tubercle is enlarged, then it'll be sensitive when you bump it. But it won't be the same condition. It'll be pretty much cured.
Okay. All right. And so you mentioned because a lot of this is basketball season.
Yes, I've been seeing more of it. And I think part of it's just the activity, but maybe it can be prevented if kids are stretching a little more prior to the season starting. I was guilty of this. I always get shin splints in soccer. And I was guilty of not training before the season started. So you're being a couch potato to all of a sudden running 30 laps and back and forth, and we got to do the mile run before, and you know what, being out of shape and jumping right into a new sport it just caused me to get shin splints. Finally in college I got smarter and would train before soccer season started. I also had better footwear with arches. I figured that out by then. But yeah, so preseason, before the season starts, you should really, or if you're playing soccer, you're already in shape and there's like a month in between or something, try to keep up your physical activity between the two sports.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. And do you see this also with like baseball or soccer, or this primarily it's basketball?
Well, baseball, pet catchers would definitely be at risk of getting Osgood-Schlatter's because of deep squat. And they'd probably be at risk of getting the Seaver's disease, which is Achilles tendon pain, if they're squatting deep in baseball. Running, sprinting, that would cause it too. So yeah, baseball would certainly be one of them.
Okay. And
snowboarding, skiing. Sorry.
Yeah. For the fact that it's so cold in the winter, is just so dark, we do a lot of outdoor sports.
Absolutely. Yeah. I went snowshoeing yesterday.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody's looking for a place to hike around here, it's such a hidden gem. Mount Gardner, right down by the down by the bridge in Haverhill, Woodsville, Bath. It might be actually considered Bath. It's the road, that little hiking trail. It's like a 45-minute hike, but it's super steep, really good. I went out snowshoeing yesterday a little bit. It was great.
Right. And so Todd Holt from Todd Holt Physical Therapy, that's who we're talking to. And you have a really easy phone number to remember.
Yep. Yeah. That's because I hit my head last month. And I can't forget, can't forget it. But it's 757-8000.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And if anybody has any physical therapy questions or any questions about any of that, they can give you a call and stop in.
Absolutely. Yep. Best things to call, because myself, one of the other PT assistants or secretaries usually can get you going the right direction.
Right. Excellent. Once again, Todd, every time you come on, I learn something new.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm telling the truth.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Todd.
Thanks, Josh.
That's a monthly conversation that we have with Todd Holt at the local office right here in Wells River. Local physical therapist Todd Holt gives us an update. We're about 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. We also get a monthly update from Jamie Rodgers from Margaret Pratt community right there in Bradford. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
On another cold morning. I've been saying it's 4 degrees below all morning, but hey, we're 3 below now.
Warming up.
We're making it. I think the high today might break 20, but Mark said Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, we might see 5 degrees around here.
Ooh.
But the Super Bowl is going to be out in California.
Yeah.
It'll be warm.
We'll be warm inside, have the chili, stay inside.
Certainly. So everybody's staying warm at Margaret Pratt community?
Absolutely. Everybody's nice and toasty warm. We're sticking around the house pretty much lately. We haven't gone on any big adventures right now, but we've been doing a lot of exercising in-house, and then, of course, all of our crafts that we did for the holidays.
Yeah. So we're early in the year. What's 2025 look like as a whole for Margaret Pratt?
2026.
26, thank you. There you go. I've only written it a couple of times.
We're doing a big thing this year on, looking at ourselves, remodel. 7 years, maybe you don't need new carpet at home, but with walkers and wheelchairs and daily tread, we're looking at some refreshment, new paint, new carpet, a couple of new things.
Do the residents come to you and they have requests?
They do, actually. So we have a great resident council. It's all self-governed. They have one staff member they have chosen that kind of works as the liaison. Okay. And they bring us things that are anything from, hey, we want to have a taco bar night, to a memorial project we're working on right now with them. The food drive. If anybody follows our Facebook page, we did a food drive for the Bradford Food Shelf. That was completely driven by the residents.
All right. So what about field trips this year for them?
Field trips. I know we're going to Vins. We're looking forward to getting out there. They have some great trails.
Yeah. Is this in Woodstock, Queechee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Going over there. And somebody wants to stop in at the Antique Mall when we go over.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So, yeah. Also, we'll be back for the 4th of July parade, and you can't miss the North Haverhill Fair.
What's the furthest you usually travel with the residents? I mean,
we went to Clark's last year,
okay.
So that's probably, I think, our furthest field trip we've gone so far.
For you, that'd be about an hour.
Yep. Yeah, and we really, some of us need to use the restroom. So an hour and a half is about our max that we can travel.
Yeah, and Vins would be a good step, too, for you.
Yeah.
But down the interstate's not too bad.
No, and so many great choices of food for them once we get down there.
Right.
We've got a group that really wants to expand. So Monday night, we're going to the Bradford Senior Center. Victoria has invited us down for bingo night.
Awesome.
So we're going to go out Monday night.
How many residents would go?
I think we got 7 on the list. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of residents, how you doing right now? You usually hold about how many there?
We can hold 49 right now. We did say goodbye to a few friends recently, so we've got a few people who will be moving in. Got some locals that we have got on the list that are going to get to move in.
All right. How do you get on the list?
You give us a call. Usually you want to do a tour, fill out the wait list form. It's a simple piece of paper to get on the list, and then you just got to do a little bit of waiting.
All right. Jamie Rodgers has been part of the Margaret Pratt community since the cement was poured.
Indeed.
As what were your responsibilities?
So I was hired originally as the sales and marketing director to really fill the building, which was why I was hired so far in advance of the building so that we were ready. Okay. And we moved 8 people in our opening weekend.
Right. So you've taken on a different and new responsibility.
I have.
Which is?
I am the new executive director at Margaret Pratt Community.
I guess that's a congratulations.
Yes.
That comes with more responsibilities, I assume.
It does. A couple more hats to wear, but I've been around the building. I've seen what the building needs. I really want to be for the residents.
Okay.
I'm the one that we've kind of brought up internally who had no business being in this industry until I walked in the building.
So have you got somebody already sliding into your previous position then?
Not yet. We're kind of looking at what to do. It's a very different job now because the building's full.
Sure.
So
okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of looking at what we're going to do. It's all new opportunities for 2026 for us.
So you're saying, as we back up in our community, our conversation a little bit, that you're going to be full soon at Margaret Pratt Community?
Yep. We do maintain that wait list, so within a few weeks somebody will move in after somebody has passed. So
our listeners shouldn't get discouraged if they're interested in being part of Margaret Pratt eventually.
Correct.
A resident there.
Right. The sooner you call us and sooner you get on the list, the sooner you wait. If I call you and you say, hey, I'm not ready yet, that's fine. You can just pass it along and I'll call you next time.
So is there down payment? Is there monthly fees if you want to be on the list?
There is a $1,000 wait list deposit.
Okay.
If you're on our Medicaid wait list, it's waived, so I don't want anybody to hold that back.
All right.
And then, of course, there's your monthly rental fee that kind of includes everything.
Okay. So let's talk about hours and how they can communicate with you if they're interested in visiting or want to get on the list.
Sure. You can give us a call at the building, or go to the website, get all of our information. Ask for Jamie when you call in, at least for right now still. Yeah. And we'll set up a tour, whether it's with me or whether the other directors, show you what we are all about and get you on that list so you can start waiting.
Margaret Pratt Community right there in Bradford. How many years there now?
7.5.
Okay, good. As the new executive director, Jamie Rodgers, stay warm this weekend.
Yes, that is our goal. We've got our Super Bowl party planned. It's going to start at 2 o'clock for some kickoff events, and then we'll watch the big game. We'll see who stays awake all night.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Jamie, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve.
And that's Jamie Rodgers. She's now the executive director of the Margaret Pratt Community right there in Bradford. At about 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, we'll take a break here, take a look at the weather forecast, see what's going on, part of PTO's Repair, which is now located in Fairleigh.
PTOs wants you to know we are your local factory authorized Fisher Plow dealer. We sell, install, and service all Fisher Plows and Sanders. We have over 20 years of experience and factory training. Make PTO's Repair your first stop for all your Fisher Plow needs. PTO's Repair, 2320 Route 5 Fairleigh, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast, cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And there you have it at 3 degrees below zero. That is an updated look at the weekend weather. It's brought to you by PTO's Repair, now at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. Give them a call at 802-222-6152. And don't forget on Friday, shortly after 6:30 in the morning, we have a friendly conversation with Paul and find out what's happening at PTO's Repair on Route 5 in Fairleigh.
Patriots continue preparing for their role in Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, but tomorrow, Saturday, will be different. Brief practice, yes, and then it's family time. Mike Vrabel explains.
We'll go through our walkthrough. We'll go opportunity for our families to be with us and take pictures and do that stuff. Go somewhere where our families can be a part of that. Allow them to enjoy that hour or whatever that process is to, take pictures with the people that they came here to support.
Mike Vrabel. Now back to the game. Patriots quarterback Drake May absolutely ready.
Yeah, I'm really excited. A chance to play in this game is a dream come true and what you work for all year long. Like I said, I'm not trying to lie to you guys. So I'm saying I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great and just looking forward to get out there. Out here today. Another week, feeling pretty good.
Drake May, and for the historical record, the Patriots and Seattle Seahawks have played 20 times.
All right, who are you rooting for this inning? You going to let us know who you're rooting for this weekend?
Steven, come on.
The Patriots.
That's
Believe
a
it or not,
crazy.
I am a Chicago Bears fan, oddly enough, because
Are
I
you?
grew up in the '80s with that crew, of course, with the Mike Ditka and those Chicago Bears. But of course, over the years, being a New Englander and a Vermont, yes, I have become a New England Patriots fan. So not diehard. I enjoy a good game. I really don't. I don't support a team wholeheartedly. I like to see a good game, and I hope for a good one this weekend.
Yeah, I date myself. Didn't Dick Butkus play for the Chicago Bears way back?
Yeah,
It seems like that's dating me now. So we'll stay away from that for now. At 25 after 8, we're chatting with Ryan Chase, the owner of Valley Floors in Bradford. All right, what's on the list today? What are we talking about?
Oh, all sorts of things.
All right.
Sports, skiing, the Super Bowl we already covered, I guess. But in regards to Valley Floors cash and carry, I thought it noteworthy and should mention that our delivery driver, Ian, Ian wears many hats around here, but he's often the delivery driver as well. And today he is headed to Quimby Cottages, which is in Averill, Vermont, with several full loads of cash and carry material. And I did say several loads. He's going there and back and there and back and maybe even there again. But it just speaks to, it's a pretty cool sale, right? That's 2 hours away. It's on the Canadian border. And through all of the opportunities they had to go shop floor covering, they ended up here. And we're grateful for that. And there's a reason for that. Our sales staff is fantastic. And I just wanted to give a shout out to them, the customers, and at Quimby Cottages, and our sales team here, that we don't we don't install everything that we sell. We still offer many of the same great services for cash and carry sales, and can discount it as well if we are not handling the logistics of installing it. We can generally give you all of the sales help with design services and then deliver it for you free of charge and discount it to boot. So just wanted folks to remember that we don't have to install everything that we sell, and we are grateful that people travel some significant distance to come and shop floor covering here. But again, we are proud that there's a reason they do so. We have a huge selection. We have a great sales team. We have a great design team. And we can utilize a lot of different vendors. And this particular project is many different segments of flooring. There's a lot of ceramic tile. There's some vinyl product. There's some rubber tile. So it was a cool sale, and we appreciate that. And just wanted to give a shout out and remind folks that we don't have to install everything that we sell. There's lots of reasons that folks want to have somebody else install it, as far as logistics or schedules, or their contractor can install, or they have a friend that is a subcontractor and that knows floor covering, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. But keep in mind, you can still utilize most of our services here and order your material and get a great deal as well.
Uh-huh. And I can verify that he's rolling, because I saw him go by just a few minutes ago.
You did?
Yeah, he's pulling a
Wait
trailer.
minute, in Wells River?
He's pulling a trailer, right?
Yeah, he is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Not on the Can you see the interstate from
No,
here?
but Route 302 goes towards the interstate, so I would assume he's rolling now.
I'm not worried about him at all. He probably stopped at P&H for a breakfast sandwich, hopefully, for his long ride.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, well,
knows?
yeah, I was walking the hallways for a minute, just checking in out in the front office, and I looked out, and there goes a Valley Floors truck. They had the flatbed with a trailer.
Yep, that's Ian.
Awesome.
He's headed north.
That's a good sign that you guys do those deliveries, right, Ryan?
Yeah, it is.
It's great.
Yeah, and besides that, let me see. The warehouse, of course, is still full with cash and carry material, or we can install it for you. There's a lot of carpet remnants and vinyl rems and rolls, and there's a lot of odd lot material, which we don't talk enough about. But if folks have a small project that they want to do themselves, or crafting, or a closet, or an entryway, or they just need 30 or 50 feet of something, it's worth coming into our warehouse and seeing, because we have oopses, we've got leftover material from projects, overages, et cetera, that we have just stacked up on top of one another, and we'll let go for a very, very reasonable price if folks are in the market for that. Encourage them to come out and just poke around.
Yeah.
Sales team, see the showroom, and check out the warehouse.
Yeah, let's start planning for spring and summer, Ryan.
It will be here before we know it, right? That's the Super Bowl kind of marks that. We've made it through into February. February is a pretty quick month. Before we know it, it'll be March, and then May will be here. So it's not too early to start planning and talking about services and learning about floor covering and see what we can do for you.
I suppose, for Valentine's Day, there's nothing wrong with a gift card from Valley Floors, right?
No,
it's not too
I'm going to disagree. Steve.
Oh, come on!
Sorry, but I'm more than a businessman, but I'm also a pretty good partner, and of course I'll sell you one, but I don't recommend it. How's
Okay.
that?
I'm just working for you, Ryan. I'm trying.
I appreciate you, but that might have been a bit of a reach.
I guess it would be.
We can confirm with Teresa when you get off the phone.
So true. All right, final comments, Ryan?
I hope everybody enjoys the weekend. Be safe. Get outside. It's going to be cold, but it'll be gone before we know it. Northeast Ski Slopes is going to be open again Saturday and Sunday, noon to 4. I think that's it.
All righty.
Hope everybody stays safe. Be well.
Thanks, Ryan. Ryan, of course, Valley Floors in Pratt. He is the owner. We enjoy our weekly conversations with them. It's 8:30. We'll take a break, check out the weather. Then on the other side, we're chatting with Hayden Coon, the principal from Woodsville High School, along with pep band member and also a ball player. We look forward to our conversation with them.
Looking for dinner plans that do some good? Head to the North Haverhill United Methodist Church on February 13th from 5 to 7 p.m. for a spaghetti dinner and silent auction fundraiser hosted by Wildcat Micro School. Enjoy a hearty meal, bid on great items, and help send kindergarten through 4th grade students to Indiana for a Rube Goldberg science competition. Future inventors need fuel, and you can help power their journey. Dinner is by donation. Come hungry and leave inspired.
How do you define home? Is it your sanctuary? A reflection of your style and values? A playground for your children and grandchildren? However you define it, HouseRight Construction can help you create the house that says, welcome home to you. HouseRight is your expert Vermont and New Hampshire home builder. They have been partnering with clients since 1985. They build and renovate homes that fulfill their clients' exact visions. HouseRight Construction is proud to be able to say that the foundation of their business continues to be their enduring relationships with clients, who return to them as their home visions grow and who refer them to their friends. Try letting HouseRight be the builder of the home of your dreams. Welcome home with HouseRight. HouseRight Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast: cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, thanks a lot. It's 8:32. It's still chilly out there. We were at 4 degrees below. It's really balmy now at 3 degrees below. We're heading for maybe breaking 20 degrees today. But when we wake up Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, the high temperature around here might only reach 5. Hey, it's still winter. It's going to be for another few weeks. Updated weather this time around is brought to you by HouseRight Construction. They're located on Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. They're also online at houseright.net. All right, been promising Woodsville High School was going to roll in here, and we weren't lying. Hayden Coon, principal, how you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you along here with us, and a couple of students you brought with you.
Yeah, this is a couple of our fantastic seniors at Woodsville High School, Mr. Sam Aldrich and Mr. Caleb Ilsley.
Awesome. All right, so your responsibilities, you're junior, senior?
Senior.
Okay, good for you. And
I'm a senior.
Well, all right, man, going to lose a couple of great ones.
Graduation's been hurting us the last few years, but we have a lot of great kids, and kids keep stepping up, and it's been an awesome run for Woodsville the last few years, and a lot going on there as always.
Yeah. How many students will be graduating, roughly?
About 45, I'd say.
Okay, That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right. And a few years ago, the campus, a big change. You connected the two buildings. How's that working out?
Oh, man, we've got a lot happening on campus all the time. So, yeah, a few years ago, they connected the community building, and I will just shout out to our maintenance team and our athletics team. That community building, it's kind of returned to its glory in a lot of ways. Our basketball teams have really been doing well. But we've really pumped it up, and tonight's the night. We'll have the pep band playing, and our basketball team's taking on Littleton. But more about facilities, I wanted to talk just a minute about our the French Pond School is also kind of part of our campus, and it's part of an alternative program, and it's run by Mr. Kingsbury. And they just completed their expansion in a new building right on our campus that was funded partially by the Crotched Mountain Foundation. And I know a lot of listeners probably are aware of Willie Kingsbury, his baseball experience, his sports.
Right.
But we're so lucky to have him down in Woodsville for the King Street program and the French Pond program. he is truly a remarkable educator and runs an alternative program. I think a lot of people assume that alternative ed is about bad kids or something, and that's not the case at all. I think we built all these boxes a long time ago, and a lot of kids don't fit into them for different reasons, and so it's really more of a different education experience. So Mr. Kingsbury provides. He is one of the top-notch alternative program guys. He meets kids where they need to be, gets them where they need to be, and he'll tell you, he'll brag, he never loses track of somebody. He gets them where they need to gets them prepared for high school, prepared for graduation, and I don't know what we'd do without him down there.
He knows what it's been a team player.
He knows what it's been a team player, but I think a lot of people think he's just a sports guy, and if you saw him at work like I get to every day, he's a special man, and certainly shout out to Mr. Kingsbury, but certainly a big step this week with the ribbon cutting over there at French Pond. Beautiful site, beautiful building, and certainly all those kids, Mr. Kingsbury and Miss Griswold, certainly deserve that program.
Hayden Coon, principal at Woodsville High School. Some great words about the school there. Now, a lot of growth at the campus in the last few years. Is there additional stuff on the horizon, Hayden? Do you know about, or the dust settling for a bit?
Yeah, we're undergoing a strategic planning model right now in Haverhill. I mean, facts are, people are getting tax bills right now. We got town meetings on both sides of the river coming up, and we're trying to make it. We're doing our best to be responsible for the taxpayers, but provide a high-quality education for our students. I really do think we're doing a good job on both ends there, but times are getting tough. We know that.
Tough one. All right, Sam, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
All right, a couple of seniors you brought with us.
Yeah, and they're great guys. They've had great careers all the way through Woodsville, and great time.
And both of you have been through the entire school system in Haverhill?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought you had been. All right, so your responsibilities last few years on the campus at Woodsville High School have been what? And some of the sports you've been involved with, Sam?
I've been that manager for a couple of sports. I was part of the golf team. And this year I'm doing an internship with our athletic director.
Okay, what's that mean, internship?
Whatever she needs me to do.
Okay.
Kind of.
All right.
Side
all right.
job.
Jack of all trades, master of none. All of a sudden, is this what you're looking to do as you graduate?
It's an option. Okay. That interests me.
Go ahead.
One of the projects Sam's working on right now with Miss Taylor is doing some history work to identify all the undefeated teams in the history of Woodsville High School.
Okay.
And so we're working on a little side project there, a history project, and because we've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Bagonzi had several. Coach Walker's had some. Dana Huntington's had some. So there's a lot of accolades at Woodsville High School, and it's hard to keep track of everything sometimes.
And we're running into basketball playoff season in a hurry all of a sudden, aren't we?
Yeah, we're coming right down to it. Basketball playoffs are coming up. Our boys team's about 500. They're defending champs. And a couple of people have come to me and said, our basketball team hasn't won as many games this year. Well, these boys just won the soccer championship not 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So they're a soccer group, they're a basketball group. They do it all, and we're quite proud of them. Girls team, they're looking like a home playoff team, and should be a good run. But I will invite everyone tonight. Littleton is coming down to the community building, 5 o'clock for the girls, 6:30. We'll have the pep band, probably going to be a full house. So and it's going to be cold out, so you might as well come down to the gym. It'll be nice and warm and fresh popcorn for everybody.
Community building in Woodsville. Now, you played golf, Sam?
Yes, sir.
You guys had some pretty good runs, too, didn't you, in the last few years?
Yeah. My freshman year, they won the championship.
Yeah. So good for you. All right. So how many on the team, roughly?
Every year, it's been sitting around 12 to 15,
right,
which is a large number especially for a Division IV golf.
So after you graduate, you're going to continue to golf?
Yeah, most likely for fun.
Yeah,
Probably fun.
Good for you. All right, Caleb, let's find out. Quite the soccer season, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So you played what position?
I was the goalkeeper.
Right, so keep those balls out of the net, right?
Yeah.
Did his job.
Yeah.
All right. So what was the record this year?
Oh, geez. I don't know. I think we had 4 losses. Yeah, 4 losses. I don't know how many wins.
So you went into the playoffs kind of big-time underdogs, weren't you?
Yeah, we're the 5 seed.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you had to beat 3 teams to a championship? How does that work?
Yeah.
3 or 4 teams?
Yeah, so you start off with the first round that we beat Lisbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we beat Lisbon, and we headed down to Hinsdale, and then beat them like 7-1. Then we had to head up all the way to Laconia, where the playoffs were played, to play against Moltenboro in the semifinals, where we won 1-0.
Have you always been a goalie?
No.
Right?
No, this is my
he
first.
smiles now. Your first year?
Yeah, that's my first year
kidding.
playing soccer. Last time I played was like middle school.
Okay.
He hadn't really played all through high school. He'd been on the golf team.
Yeah.
Steps up as goalie this year. He shut out the number 1 team in the semifinals.
Wow.
Held the number 2 team to 1 goal in the finals, and we're state champs.
Yeah. So how did that happen? All of a sudden you're in the goalie. That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to score at the other end, but you got to keep him from scoring at your end.
Yeah, so basically my coach, Matt Taylor, we had a couple talks in the off season because I'd play goalie for one of my teammates, Eli.
Okay.
And he would take shots on me up on the field on Kings Plain. And he just saw me like one summer day, and he got talking to Eli, said, we got to get this guy over here a couple times. So then I started going to summer practices and all that. Played a little bit of goalie, but not much. And then once the regular season happened, I started going full focus towards it, and then,
So
the rest is history.
So what do you like, what don't you like about being a goalie?
Everything's on you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. If a goal scored on you, you know.
So I didn't play soccer. I was a cross-country runner. They
yeah.
wanted me to play soccer, but I didn't like getting hit in the head and all that stuff. So they wanted me to. So what about direct shots and stuff like that? I mean, that must be a lot of pressure on a goalie. What they call them, direct shots?
Yeah. I mean, the best thing that I do is just stay calm when it's happened, you know, just keep my eyes open, try to keep my eye on the ball, and then transition my body into making the save. So, yeah.
Do your best, right?
Yeah.
So you also played golf?
Yeah, I also did play golf. Yeah, I played golf since freshman year, and I still played golf this year, but...
So golf, what
not
is that
too much.
Spring or
fall?
That
Fall.
is fall. So
Yeah,
how
it's
did you do
fall.
both?
I went to a couple practices and all that. Went a few matches, but I was mostly at soccer practice.
Either of you play baseball?
Yeah, I play baseball too.
Do
Yeah.
you play baseball?
I manage.
You're managing it, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys went to the finals last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great run for baseball last year, and we're certainly doing well in all our sports. I will shout out Caleb. He's been part of our alternative sports, you know, the golf and the skiing, and he's kind of just one of those kids that's just fearless, you know. And so you see him on the ski mountain, it makes sense why he's willing to stand in the goal, and so that's just great stuff. Caleb's also on track to earn what we call the White W down in Woodsville. If you play all 3 sports and end up with 12 seasons, you earn a White W. And if somehow
that's a letter.
That's a letter.
Okay.
We like the alternate color, so you earn the green letter for making varsity.
Yes.
If you letter. If you play a sport, JV or varsity, all 4 years, you can earn the White W. Now, if you letter all 12 sports, so varsities, all freshman year, all sophomore year, all 3 sports, you earn the Gold W. And we were fortunate to give a couple of those away last year, and we've got a couple more on track this year. So pretty cool award.
So in my day, when you lettered, you got pins if you did additional sports. And then
Correct.
you pinned them on the letter.
Exactly, yep.
You
And we
played-
still do the pins and the
do,
green
okay.
letter. And then at graduation season, senior year, we'll award the White Ws and the Gold Ws on top of things.
So what's your responsibilities as a manager, Sam? Baseball's coming up. So what do you have to do to keep the team happy?
Keep track of the stats, the book.
Equipment?
Yep, whatever equipment Coach Brent needs. I'll
Right.
make sure I get to the field there.
All right. Big responsibility.
Sometimes.
You do the max preps, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah, and then I upload stats.
Okay. All right. So, pep rally tonight.
Pep, just a big game tonight. Littleton's coming down. Friday night, Woodsville High School. We've got 5 o'clock girls game, 6:30 boys game, and then we have our pep band playing. And we've got 20 kids in the pep band. They play up on the classic Woodsville High School stage, and they rock that community building, I must say. So tonight you'll hear Barbie Girl, you'll hear Uptown Funk, Sweet Caroline, and just a lot of pretty popular songs. They do Thriller as well. So
that's cool.
It's really cool. And what's some of my favorite parts are seeing the opposing team's fans and players just dancing in the stands. So the girls team will play first, and then they'll be in the stands, and they're all up there dancing to our band and having a good time. And that's what it's all about, is kids showing off their skills and having a great time.
So some of the people that might be helping you out at Woodsville High School include who, Hayden? You want to mention any names? I know you were talking about Mr. Kingsbury.
Mr. Kingsbury, yeah, and certainly.
Don't want to leave anybody out, but
I'll just read off the staff list because everyone's working hard, and we know that. And I will say, we're in heavy cabin fever right now. I heard you doing the weather report, and that's stressing some folks out. But we're doing a great job down at Woodsville High School. Lori Taylor, our athletic director, certainly has the community building ready to roll. Our teams are well prepared. Mr. Wright, Will Wright, our band director, what a guy! And to get all these kids just fired up and being in band, and they're committed. This pep band season is my favorite season. It coincides with winter, but basically they get 8 extra concerts and a full crowd to play for, and it really just lights everything up.
So you have winter carnivals, proms, any of that stuff coming up?
Winter carnivals coming up right before February break. We've got the dance Friday night and the competitions and everything going on a couple days before that and going into February break. Okay. Monday of that week, we'll have the SAU Super Pep Rally, where all our area schools, Warren Village School, Piermont, our middle school, Bath, Barnet, Monroe are all coming down. And we're going to showcase Woodsville High School. We'll have our club fair, our pep band playing, and then the staff versus students game. So it should be pretty fun. I hear the staff team's been undefeated recently. We're going to keep that streak going.
Yeah. Good luck to the basketball teams.
Good luck to the basketball teams. Skiers have their state meets on Monday, Tuesday next week. And shout out Gabe Roy. He placed first yesterday at the meet up in Bretton Woods.
Good
so we've got a shot on the skiing level too. Wow. So it's quite a time to be at Woodsville High School.
Sounds like Woodsville High School is pretty active, having some success over there.
I'm tired, I'll tell you that. I may not act it, but I am tired all the time, but we have a great time down there.
Well, thank you for bringing in Sam and also Caleb, and good luck to your basketball, your skiing, your golf, your baseball.
Thank you very much.
And your futures as you graduate this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout out to our Running Start classes, our early college. This spring, we're going to have a student that graduated from Woodsville High School just 3 years ago. She's completing her pre-pharmacy program in 3 years because of the extra credits she earned at Woodsville High School. And so those college programs, that's $60,000 to $70,000 of savings now to cut off a year of college. And so those programs are huge for us. We try to do it all, and we have a great time doing it. So we do appreciate everybody that supports our community, and we love coming up here to this community radio station. So thank you.
Good to see all three of you. Good. Enjoy the weekend. All right, there you have it. Updated look at what's happening on the campus of Woodsville High School at 8:46. Yeah, there's Mac McNown, I guess. Better me for you. Well, he's doing pretty good on the charts. New country singer, I guess, at 8:51. Friday morning, Stephen, John, and guests. We've had a lot of them. Started earlier this morning at about 7:15 and wrapping up with Hayden Coon, principal, Woodsville High School. We also had Sam Aldrich and Caleb Ilsley in with us, who are seniors at Woodsville High School. Great conversation with them anyway. All right, we'll take a break for a minute or two, and then another update on the weekend weather. The updated weekend weather, compliments of your friends at Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. They're on Route 5 in St. Johnsbury, and you'll also find them at downtown Wells River.
Hi, this is Ben from Dad's 4x Tool and Supply, and I would like to highlight my brother Watson. He has been with us since we bought the business in 2007. With our background growing up on a small farm, he has tons of practical experience to help you with whatever situation you may have. He manages our Wells River store and is also the guy you want to see if you need a trailer. With 7 brands of trailers and literally hundreds of models, he can definitely help you get the perfect trailer at a fair price. Stop in Wells River and see Watson. And remember, Dad's always got gas.
From the Fairbanks Museum at St. Johnsbury, the forecast: cold weather advisories late Saturday into Sunday. Any early sun gives way to increasing clouds today, highs 20 to 25. A rising chance of snow this evening, likely after midnight, about an inch, lows 10 to 15. And tomorrow, snow tapering off, totals 1 to 3 inches, blustery, much colder. Early highs in the teens, falling through the single numbers in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thank you, Mark. An updated look at the weather. It's brought to you this time around by Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. You'll find them in St. Johnsbury and Route 5 and also in downtown Wells River.